Hi there, this is Phil, the Anna Wilson Children's Home Tankerton video YouTube channel, and that is now video 11. Now, it's an update now. It's pretty much been well over a month, maybe even 2 months. No, it's about a month since I last spoke on YouTube. And just to go back to when I opened up this case with the ICO, it did go back to the 14th of March. Now, I got a response from the ICO by the 20th of March, and I had an actual direct person from the ICO who directly was responding to my emails from the 1st of April. Now, literally from the 1st of April through till April, May 1 month, June 1 month, July another month. That's 3 months. Now, it's literally, I think it's the 2nd or 3rd of July now. Now, on the 1st of July, after 3 months, if you feel like that the ICO aren't dealing with your case properly, then you can set up a 3-tier tribunal, I think that's what it's called, where if you feel like they haven't inadequately responded to you within 3 months, then you can open up a tribunal. Now, to my surprise, literally 3 months to the day was when they responded to me saying, "We have got you a case officer to open up your case." Now, that is quite coincidental, isn't it? That they actually had a case officer to open up my case. Now, if I'm going back, I know, the 1st of July, which it was, and I'm thinking it might have been a few days before that, but I'm trying to figure out when it was my first response from the ICO to the 1st of July. I think it might have been slightly over 3 months, but when they actually got in contact with me, it was actually 3 months on the line when they actually told me last week that your case has been opened by a case officer who's going to deal with my case. So I'm not going to blabber on a bit because I know I feel like I'm probably sound like I'm blabbering on a bit now, but the case officer has now been allocated. Now, previously when the case was closed down because I reworded the wording of the request wrongly and they closed the case down, and then I put in a complaint, and then the complaint basically came back to me from the person who I was complaining about, basically that they weren't doing their job properly and they were being a bit awkward about getting a case officer to open up my case. They then turned around to me saying, "Well, she's not in the wrong either." And I'm going, well, am I in the wrong then? Because just because I worded the email wrong. And I think that was probably what it come down to, is that he said, well, you basically worded the case wrongly by putting down that I actually wanted to ask the Kent police if they had any allegations or reports of child abuse, instead of me saying that, have you got a crime reference number of any child abuse which happened at the Anna Wilson Home between 1976 and 1981. So anyway, now I can actually thankfully say that I have actually got an official case officer who basically is on my case. Whereas I thought the previous person working on my case was a case officer, but it wasn't. Apparently you have to go through a system with the ICO where first of all they analyse to see if your case can be dealt with. And then after that they try to trip you up on several things about saying that you haven't given enough relevant information, or in my case the wording wasn't relevant even though it was the same thing. But in a later date at a court case, if it ever does go to court, that I can understand the wording has to be exact and it should have been a crime reference number rather than any reports of allegations. So anyway, thank goodness that's done with and that's being dealt with, and I've got a case officer who's working on my case. Now, unfortunately, I'm actually having to deal with another case at the moment, and fortunately with the other case, they've also got a case officer working on another case as well, which is to do with me from my younger years. Now, what I wanted to say is this to everybody who I met must have been about 3 weeks ago, I visited Tankerton, and I literally got there about 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30 in the morning in Tankerton, and basically did put my feet to the streets and just asking around. And that's what I did. I basically went from the Anna Wilson home, where the home was on the corner of Greystone Road and Marine Parade. To the right of that, I went along about 8-9 houses to the right, and then to the left of that to Marine Hotel, and then to the High Street, literally knocking on everyone's door to see, and also Greystone Road, which is at the side of the Anna Wilson home going up to the High Street. Now, I literally was asking these questions if anybody has ever heard of the Anna Wilson home, and surprisingly enough, there were a lot of people who had never heard of the Anna Wilson home. Didn't even know that there was a children's home there, but I think the Salvation Army wanted to keep it low key that there was a children's home there anyway. So the next thing is I'm literally, after doing the seafront, the shop started opening at about 9:30 onwards. So I went up one side of the high street and then went down to the other side of the high street, literally knocking on every single shop which was open. And I have to say thank you everyone who was able to try and help me out, because all I wanted to find out was anybody in contact with any of the kids who used to live there? Was anybody in contact with anybody who used to work at the Anna Wilson, or if anybody has got any form of connection or anything about this Anna Wilson home run by the Salvation Army. And literally by the end of the day, I basically lost my voice. So anyway, after doing Tankerton, must have been 3 weeks ago, and I think it was 3 weeks ago to maybe this day, because I think it's Tuesday. It might have been Tuesday, it might have been Wednesday when I went there, but it was 3 weeks ago. Anyway, the following week, which was 2 weeks ago, I then did Whitstable, and I literally, it took me 2 days to do Whitstable because it was just so many shops to go in and ask door to door. So it literally took me 2 days to do the whole of Whitstable High Street, literally knocking on every single shop window, shop door, going in there and asking the same questions. So to everybody of Whitstable and Tankerton who were trying to help me out with any information I was looking for, thank you. Thank you all so very much, because I very much appreciate all your help. Because, you know, literally this is the last thing for me to do now, because I'm at the last hurdle with the ICO now. Basically, when I get a reply from the ICO officer, basically to say, yeah, this is what can be done, this is what should be done, and this is what will be done, then when that happens, I don't know how long that will be. It could be like a week, could be a month, could be 2 months. I've even heard of some cases being so complex that it even takes up to 6 months. But I'm hoping my case won't take that long for the case officer to deal with, because they have to go through all my emails with Kent Police, all my emails and correspondence full stop from the very beginning, which pretty much this whole case I've been working on, which is pretty much about me, but also about the other kids who used to live at the Anna Wilson Children's Home run by the Salvation Army, is to basically get the truth, get justice, get closure, and for everyone to be able to move on in their lives. But also, the main thing I really would like to do is to get reunited, because as a lot of you know, I do suffer from forms of depression, I do suffer from some forms of anxiety, I also suffer from OCD, I also suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, OCD also is obsessive compulsive disorder, but I also realised that I was actually dealing with separation anxiety as well throughout my whole childhood, because every time I moved into a home or moved into a children's home, moved into foster parents, I would get connected and then I would get taken away. So, you know, I also suffer from this as well. So separation anxiety is another thing which I didn't realise until I started reading into it, and I suddenly started thinking, like, that's what I did suffer from as well, and maybe a tiny bit to my present life now, because this is the reason why I would love to get in contact with any of the other kids who used to live at the Anna Wilson home. But look, this video is up to 10 minutes now, and I am at the stage where I know I can waffle on, and I know I waffle on, but hey, you know what? It's not on a script. I'm just saying it as I think it, and it's coming out on the video as it is. But all I can say is now is that everyone at Tankerton again, and everyone of Whitstable again, who went out their way a bit more than the average person to try and help me out and to listen to me, thank you, very much appreciated. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to say this is pretty much it now. I don't know when the next video it will be, because you know, this video is up to scratch now. It's up to date. It's, I think, the 2nd or the 3rd of July 2019, and all I've got to do now is just wait for the ICO to get back to me to say what they can do and what they want to do and what should have been done and what will be done, and I don't know when that will be. So anyway, I'm going to get off now, and have a good day, everyone. Thank you for listening. I do apologise if I do waffle on with my videos, but hey, you know what? That's me, and that's the way I rock. But anyway, all I wanted to say is, can you please like this video? Can you please share this video? And this video is basically to share the truth, to find out more of the truth, to get justice, to get closure, and to get reunited with the kids of the Anna Wilson home between 1976 and 1981. And have a good day, everyone, and I'm out. This is the end of the video. Bye.